Hello, folks. H0 here, back again with another movie review. This one is Area 51, and it's from the makers of Paranormal Activity. And the suspense in this film is pretty decent. Of course, just like with Paranormal Activity, it's that found footage style, and I don't have much issue with it. But sometimes when things are shot in the dark, you really can't see stuff that well, especially if it's handheld. But I get to that in a second. So the story about of this one is I think it's these three friends that are conspiracy theorists, and they match up a plan to break into Area 51. They do like 3 months in planning, and oh my gosh, another yawn. Anyway, they do 3 months of planning, and one of them is very, very hardcore into it. He has like books and DVDs, and he just became kind of obsessed. If you see the beginning of the film when their families do their testimony, because apparently they went missing. So in this film, again, it has some of the paranormal activity tropes a little bit with the jump scares, but there's a couple of plot points and things that really wouldn't happen. Like they had to sneak into a guy's house to get his key card, and in reality, I really believe they would have got caught because they interacted with a dog in the beginning, and but they calmed the dog down, and I was like, you know, them not waking up is one thing, but you would have got caught by the dog, or the dog would have made some kind of noise or alert in the house. But I'm trying to think because I'm getting sleepy. uh, so one of them is very, very big into the whole, conspiracy theory, like I said before, and they take like 3 months in planning to to map out their sources. The main dude, he has a contact, and what I failed to mention before, that's what I wanted to say. He was abducted in the beginning of the movie. They went to some party or something, and then he just went. The main character goes missing, and then he reappears like right in the middle of the road when his friends are leaving. And they really didn't touch much on it because I say that he was abducted, but the movie never really clarified it. It was hinting, when they later break into the base, it was hinting that he was abducted the first time because he said that something was drawing him to the base even more. And then when they find the alien spacecraft, he can interact with it. He can go inside, and it was like translucent and all that. But in between, like right after that, they go in the bottom of the deep part of the base, and they come across this alien colony that's asleep. And one of the aliens wakes up and starts chasing them, and it was good for suspense. But my problem was that if you see the trailer to this, the kid is hiding underneath the table, and the alien picks it up. And then in the movie, apparently the camera, I think you see the alien. I'm gonna try to watch it again if I can catch it because I'm not watching in the dark like I was. But he looks up, and apparently you see the alien, but it's so dark you really can't see it. It was like that moment in Cloverfield when you see the monster in broad daylight, except it was a better shot of it, and they weren't trying to hide it in the light, or the dark, or the shadow, whatever you want to call it. Yes, or when when the light shoots down, and you can only see the silhouette. Yeah, it really wasn't hiding it like that. At least in Cloverfield, it wasn't. But yeah, they never clarified if the main character was abducted or not because he was the. I think some of the experiments and whatnot in the labs were going off a little bit because I think he was there. And then I really don't want to give away much of the what happens in the movie. You probably already know since it's the same dudes that did Paranormal Activity. But they do go inside the ship. They get separated. They have two different cameras, and I was really more focused on the alien, what it looked like. I had to go online and look up what the aliens look like, and it kind of matched from the shadow of the hand when the dude was first being chased. And like I said, I'm gonna go back and try to see if I do get a good shot of it since my light is on now. And I was more mad that it didn't really clarify if the dude was abducted or not. I don't know if they're trying to make this movie into a series like what they did with Paranormal Activity, because this movie was on the shelf for a long time. They shot it and made it in like 2009. They didn't release it till 2015. Why, I don't know. I guess to make it more real. Who knows? Because Paranormal Activity, they were pumping out movies like every other year, and then they finally wrapped up on their whole, series. I guess this is something on the side they had tried. But again, the suspense was decent. It had, on a scale to like 1 to 5, I give this movie like a 3, all because the plot points of you breaking and entering someone's house and not getting caught, and Area 51 security will be tighter around the base of versus how easily they had broke in, and it's just a whole bunch of nitty gritty. But the suspense of the movie was decent. Like that moment where I thought they would get away in broad daylight, they didn't. That kind of remind me of the other movie I saw with the aliens. It was also shot on the found footage. I think it was called Alien Abductions or something like that. And again, it was like in broad daylight, and then the unthinkable happens, and technically nobody sees it. So I'm just sitting there shaking my head, like in reality somebody would have saw something. But thinking about the messed up part is that, of course, your family's gonna be missing you if you just go missing like that in X, Y, and Z. But yeah, that's my review on it. And again, you can comments in the section below, and we can just chit chat about it if you want. Peace.